2016 when they beat the Western Sydney Wanderers in Adelaide. Quite the side they had that season. Abdallah has plenty of options in the box. Bingham, Ashcroft, and company. One of them, Atu, the tallest, heads away. Here's Achin, confronted with Atu. Stand here, not able to thoroughly clear their lines yet. Relentless pressure from O'Kane. Will be City goal kick. Neil's given me confirmation that we're now up and live on YouTube. I'm Adam Palombi, joined by Neil Simons. This is the round 9 fixture between Hume City and Dandenong City here at Hume City Stadium. As Isgrove, the flag stays down. He has time. Lloyd Isgrove for 1-0. Was so close to finding the goal, in which has been coming for Hume.
23 minutes in, we are now live. Apologies for the technical difficulties, of course. I'm Neil Simons. Thank you for your introduction, Adam. If you haven't seen the lineups on social media, we'll just bring them to you in just a few moments. Cessnick, a brilliant turn away. He's got Athieu for support. Did he step out of play? The Hume City fans certainly think so. It's Cessnick still ongoing. He's been hacked down, but Ross Clark, the referee, waves it clear. Now Ochieng looking to stride forward. Centre circle now is Josh Okane. Switch finds Lloyd Isgrove. Neat little first touch to find the overlapping Lockie Weir, and Will Bauer wins out that 1-2 clash. And looking to break away was Brady Quinn. A pull of the shirt from Oscar Carlson, and he'll go into the book for the first time this evening. And will receive the first yellow card in this contest. Gives us a little bit of an opportunity to talk about the two lineups this evening, starting with the away side, Dandenong City. Number 1, John Hall. Number 5, Jack Webster. Number 9, Kenny Athieu. Number 11, Brady Quinn. Number 13, Vali Cessnick. Number 17, Danny Kim. Number 18, Thomas Giannakopoulos. Number 19, James Exidius. Number 20, Michael Martinovic. And number 23, Will Bauer. And lastly, 25, George Lambatarides. As for Hume City, number 1, Jackson Riley. Number 4, Lachlan Weir. Number 6, Umut Bozdogan. Number 7, Lloyd Isgrove. Number 11, Josh Bingham. Number 12, Mark Ochieng. Number 14, Harry Ashcroft. Number 17, Thomas Maricic. Number 21, Josh Okane. Number 22, Oscar Carlson. And 24, Amir Abdallah. John Hall looking to Jack Webster now in possession for Dandenong City. Kim. Options are plenty. The ball is slightly overhit, and luckily we will look down the line for Isgrove, who chests it away from his marker. Looking to weave it through the Dandenong City defence. That pass cut off. Kim. Good little 1-2 touch. Fashioning a ball into the box. Athieu with a deft touch. It's Ochieng. He deals with it very, very well, but it's off the foot of Athieu for a goal kick.
We further extend our apologies for the stream not being up and running. Within the first 3 minutes of this contest, John Hall for Dandy City was called upon, denying Amir Abdallah from very close range. It was a brilliant save from the former Adelaide United and Croydon Kings goalkeeper. Otherwise, Hume have been showcasing the attacking prowess in which David Chick has introduced into this side, which already boasted quite the attacking pedigree. If you had a look at Hume's last few fixtures, of course David Chick recently appointed his third game, or rather fourth game in charge. His first coming away from home at Melbourne Knights Stadium and a 5-2 victory against the Knights on that occasion. His home debut as manager was a 7-1 Australia Cup victory against the Albion Rovers. Meanwhile, last week, at halftime, they were kept to a 1-1 draw at halftime. Eventual winners 3-2 against Moreland City. Isgrove with the decisive goal. This was Duggan. Here is man aforementioned Lloyd Isgrove. It's been causing headaches early on, but all parts of the pitch this evening. As Ashcroft went to Achin.
Back with Ashcroft. Looks for Isgrove, but Exidius was there to win the header. Good little turn from Joshua Kane. Looking to find the deeds. Abdallah on his left. In short to Josh Bingham. Just towards the left edge of the area. Isgrove looking to shape one. Oh my word! John Hall, tip-top goalkeeping. Managing to keep out Lloyd Isgrove. And that's his second outrageous save of the evening. And just looked like that goal was coming for the Englishman. But John Hall standing tall yet again.
He is inspired tonight, John Hall. Isgrove, it looked picturesque, shifting away from a couple City shirts. Got the shot away on his right. It was curling into that top right corner. John Hall had to be equal to it. And you bet he was. The danger not averted yet. Hume have a corner. Abdallah whipping towards the near post, not dealt with entirely. Boa with the initial clearance. Abdallah got a second bite at it. It's rolled beyond everybody into the path of John Hall, so he can breathe a sigh of relief for the meantime. Would have been some finish from Isgrove, haven't he found the corner? Would have been his 7th of the season, of course. Hume have attacking outlets in many of their players. They possess that firepower. Side in red. 19 goals for this season, 9 against. Score difference of 10. As Isgrove intervening right in front of the Dandy City bench. Atsu had a chance of his own, which he couldn't take. Got a bit overzealous and trying to get the ball off Clarkson. Atsu now back in possession.
Clark trying to cool things down a little bit, having a bit of a talking to Vali Sesnik. Oscar Carlson will look to take the set piece for Hume now. It's in short to Isgrove. Ashcroft and Maricic, the centre defensive partnership, which we saw both of them at Dandenong Thunder a few seasons back, and hasn't Maricic and Ashcroft been such an amazing partnership in the heart of that Hume City defence? One-touch football was attempted, now it's with Exidius looking down the line, but contended by Maricic, and we'll focalise on him just that little bit. NPL South Australia veteran, you could say, in terms of the amount of clubs he's played for. Also had a stint with Peck and Cyprus. Bingham, good little first touch. That's cut out by Danny Kim. Exidius now. Hume City still mounting a press of their own. And Batarides has to get it clear. And Sesnik turn away from his marker. Looks in short back to Exidius. Giannakopoulos, of course, got the late equaliser last week against Hume City. Stunning effort that was, and well, he's up to 3 goals for the season now, the young centre half, in only 8 games in the league. So quite the effort from the young centre back, only 20 years of age.
Nearly matching Kenny Atsu's goal contribution for the season. The number 9 is on 4 so far in 8 games. Of course, we were at the CB Smith clash against Moreland to call that one where Giannakopoulos opened the score in that occasion from a corner. As meanwhile, Dandy want to try something of their own. It's a great ball in. There could be a massive chance for Dandy. It's Kenny Atsu! Nick Tolios and his bench. Animated, perhaps. But Atsu hadn't found the net. It was a gleaming opportunity for Kenny. Scores still remain level. As City having a little bit of a spell. Danny Kim in midfield, just orchestrating things at the moment. Zidis. Giancanopoulos, we're mentioning him before and his goal contributions for this season. Of course, he's the younger player in the centre-back partnership between himself and Webster. Meanwhile, City building, and they have a massive chance here. Atsu was on for the pass. He went solo. Brady Quinn. Nick Tolios. I'm sure you might hear that on the audio. Perhaps disappointed that Quinn wasn't to find Atsu. He was in an advanced position there, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny Atthew certainly found himself in the right spaces, but he's found his teammates as well. Dandenong City have been quite lively in these opening 25 minutes or so. Ochieng. Space for Okane to exploit. He looks to Bingham on that right-hand touchline. Happy to slow things down though. It's with Bingham. Now Ochieng. Ashcroft. Maricic. Weir is there for the switch. Good first touch. Reverse pass to Lloyd Isgrove. Isolating himself with Giannakopoulos. Looking towards a back stick, and John Hall's able to claim. Often you would say that a goalkeeper's been the player of the match in the opening 30 minutes, but John Hall certainly has lit things up here at Hume City Stadium with his outstanding reflexes and excellent goalkeeping timing. Of course, Ollie Root, 3 caps, 10 appearances for Adelaide United and the A-League. A former teammate of Mark Ochieng, might I add as well, who finds himself on the Hume City right as Will Bowers in an offside position. So a bit of a reunion for John Hall and Mark Ochieng, of course, who both originally from South Australia as well. So now we will see Ochieng. Riley. It's Thomas Maricic. Ashcroft. More than happy to have a spell of possession, Hume City. They largely held to Dandenong City's possession holding pattern, should I say, in those first 10 minutes or so, but it's been fairly even since then. A beautiful pass towards Josh Bingham. Ochieng is arriving, looking for the switch. It's too far for Isgrove to reach, however, and will be out for a throw-in.
Throughout to quickly narrow in on the away side for the evening. In their last fixture, of course, as aforementioned, it was a 1-1 draw against Green Gully. Giannakopoulos rescuing the point on that occasion. Their Australia Cup run had come to an end against Preston Lions at BT Connor Reserve following a 2-0 defeat. Meanwhile, they look to venture forward. As Duggan, referee in pivotal position, nothing doing as Ochieng been held back by the City fullback in Martinovic. Stavicic, he wants a card issued to the dandy left back. His wishes might come to fruition as the official has awarded Michael Martinovic a yellow card. Has to try install some order, the official. It's been a hot contest so far.
Absolutely so, and we'll see Mark Ochieng likely fashion one with an effective delivery that we're used to, but looks to be a lot deeper than initially anticipated. For Ochieng, of course, did touch on him just a little bit. This is his 6th season at Hume City. Joined the club in 2019. Obviously had a stint in COVID away from the club due to the lockdowns. Hume City started really well in that 2020 curtailed season as well. What could have been? But he's been an ever-present fixture of this Hume City defence. We are looking for the switch. And it was towards Josh Bingham. John Hall did really well, and Dandenong City slowing the tempo just that little bit. And Hume City conversely affording Hajduk a bit of space to play within possession. Giannakopoulos. Hall. Have to use the target. Wins the first header, but misdirected. Does well to win it back and play it to Giannakopoulos. Deals well with it under pressure. Late challenge from Danny Kim, but ball was won first. But Carnes forced back all the way into the centre circle. Now with Ochieng. Striding forward himself, Abdallah to his right. It's Mark Ochieng still. Now Amir Abdallah cutting on to his left. Leaving one defender for dead. Leaving two nearly. And Ross Clark has awarded a free kick on the edge of the area. Very contentious. And Amir Abdallah brought to ground. A pivotal moment in this clash perhaps. Ross Clark having a chat to Jack Webster. We'll just look at that chance again from Abdallah, skipping past defenders, and a late trailing leg from Vali Sesnik was what caused the foul. Probably unnecessary in all likelihood. A very acute angle for Amir Abdallah. And you would say with almost certainty that it will be lofted towards the direction of Thomas Maricic and Harry Ashcroft. Nick Tolios is quite displeased with the fourth official, as we can see on this near touchline on this broadcast side. One of the very few grounds in the league, might I add, that does have the benches right below the broadcast area. Will be Amir Abdallah who'll go direct, and it's high and over the bar to John Hall.
He had scored one from similar region against Avondale a near month ago, Amir Abdallah, which put that contest on level terms. As the players all getting caught up in the crosshairs of the aggression of this contest. We are happy to let it roll out of play, as a Dandy City player has pulled up lane here. Looks like he's grabbing at his left foot. So perhaps look back at the broadcast here. Pulling up lane. Good to see that. James Zidias is back up on his feet as Hume re-awarded possession. Fine sportsmanship on display. Want to remain patient, Hume, of course. Have been commanding this contest so far. Dalla tried to find Bingham. Sliding was Jack Webster to keep the captain at bay. As we are having quite the night at left back, combining with that man Isgrove. Goes direct rather to O'Kane. Kept possession nicely and span away from danger was O'Kane. Isgrove now in some space. He wants to venture towards the box. Is there a chance here for Hume? In towards goal it went from Abdallah, who couldn't convert. Atu, the furthest line for City, as Acheen wanted to go himself at Cheen towards his former teammate in John Hall. David Chick certainly content with his players as Hall gets this one restarted through Webster.
by thread. Dandenong City with that opportunity. Amir Abdullah nearly getting on the score sheet once again. Has a knack for scoring absolute screamers. That one was more so from pinpoint range. It's lucky we misdirects a pass. Zidius, Giannakopoulos. You'd say certainly the toughest test of his short career as Isgrove looking to press John Hall in a bit of a swivel. The Hajduk goalkeeper looking down the line. Dandenong City, but it's well defended by Thomas Maricic. Looks to break away from the likes of Brady Quinn and Will Bauer and finds Amir Abdullah into centre circle. Now back to goal is Bingham, and racing forward is Amir Abdullah. He's only got John Hall to beat just about, and so too Giannakopoulos, who's there to arrive at the right time. And Amir Abdullah again on the effort, swerves right past John Hall on the swivel. The excitement machine of Amir Abdullah, Josh Bingham and Lloyd Isgrove continuing to deliver this evening, but neither side able to find a goal just yet. Can you believe it? Curating something out of nothing, Amir Abdullah, after that counter-attack was more or less squandered. And good reaction time from Giannakopoulos, and spacing, I might add, to get there in time to prevent the goal-bound Abdullah initially. Now Carlson with space to exploit. It's with Lloyd Isgrove on that left edge of the penalty area. Looking towards the byline, cutting onto his right. Hooking it square. No one there, however. Quinn looking to play initially forward. O'Connor is brought to ground. Ross Clark leaves it forward. Now Ochieng. Momentum with the home side now, but Dandenong City look to cut one off. Great from Ashcroft. It's in towards Josh Bingham. And John Hall nearly made a meal of it. It went between his legs, and it's out for a corner. A goalmouth scramble like we've seen this season for Hume City, but in this first half, they're unable to deliver thus far.
Building quite the case to perhaps open the scoring just on the cusp of half-time. A minute to be issued as the extra time. City have 1 minute perhaps to hang on and go into the half. With the scores level as Abdullah went towards John Hall in a central region. He's happy to claim. City, in the form of Hume, have had abundance of chances in which they've gotten so close to taking John Hall, of course, intervening with Isgrove's effort towards the top right corner. Abdullah looked like he was bearing down on goal. He opted to take a touch, get around his marker, shifted on to his ever so dangerous left foot for narrowly finding, just missing rather, the top left corner of Hall's goal. So still some seconds perhaps remaining. Have a free kick. Larson earning the foul. Lamborghini's the culprit. So we are wasting no time, switching brilliantly he was to his fellow fullback. Achin over the top to Abdullah. He's got the afterburners on. Bingham in the centre. Crossed in, not dealt with by Webster. It still remains alive. O'Kane lurking. Webster throwing a boot at it to clear. Is there a late clear? Counter-attack perhaps for Dandy. They go forward. Pretty routine. It was Ashcroft in cleaning it up right as the half-time whistle has sounded. Both these sides possess a scoring pedigree in which either of them have been yet to showcase. Chances in abundance at both ends as we have another 45 minutes remaining following this short half-time break. Scores here at Hume City Stadium. Hume City 0, Dandy City 0.
Welcome back to this round 9 NPL Victoria men's clash between Hume City and Dandenong City. Neither side able to open things up by way of goals in the first half, but two near chances from Hume City in the form of Amir Abdallah is what leaves us at this current state of play. As for Dandenong City, they've had a couple chances of their own, mainly through Kenny Athieu and Brady Quinn. As for now, things locked up at 0-0. Martinovic looking ball into the area to Athieu. Receives a deft touch, and now it's towards Abdallah. Bosdigan looking upfield, Isgrove. Carlson. Good little 1-2 touch. Now it's towards Mark Ochieng, stepping up. A more central position now. Amir Abdallah turning away towards Isgrove. Switches now to Moki Weir, who's pushed up high. Fullback's pressing incredibly high. I must say, Amir Abdallah, much has been made of his exploits this season. 6 goals, scored some great goals as well. But his career has taken quite the intriguing trajectory. Started off at the likes of Northcote City and the Mariners, and spent some time in Estonia. We do see him now on the ball, shaping onto his left. And then returned to Heidelberg. Didn't receive a lot of game time in terms of starting 11 football, but has now emerged, as you can say, arguably the most informed player in the competition. Bosdigan. Now to Carlson. It's towards Isgrove on that left-hand touch line. In short, Abdallah entering the area. Abdallah tracking back to Isgrove, and Hume happy to bide their time in possession now. It's back with Carlson, the Swede. This time with Isgrove. Maricic. Now Carlson. Now towards Bosdigan. Ochieng overlapping. Receives in board. Flicks it into the middle, but it's intended by Hajduk. Keep it in play for just a few moments, but it will be out for Dandenong City throw.
Throw-in not working for Dandy, as Duggan got back in possession of Sheen. Looking for the foul. Instead had Dandy City be awarded the throw-in. Webster went long, trying to find out who does so. Flicks on with his chest. Kenny had it back in quick succession. Nicely tidied up in the defensive half from Maricic. As O'Kane continues to orchestrate the middle of the park. He spreads wide. Here's Weir. O'Kane ahead of him. He might receive. O'Kane has Isgrove as an option. He kept going. Conventionally picks out Abdallah. Covered some ground there. O'Kane as Bosdigan spreads nicely out wide. Intervened. It was from City. He could potentially cause a counter here. Larson not allowing them to do so for the meantime. Sesnick got it back to his fullback, who got away from Weir momentarily before the real estate had run out. Sesnick. Short home, you can hear David Chick bringing out for his side to get further up the pitch. So Webster tried to perhaps unlock Bauer. And Baridis went wide. That's you on the edge of the area. Ashcroft intervening, Bosdigan spinning and clearing with the header. It's Athieu. Little spell for Dandy City, turning for Cessnick. He kept going, confronts with a couple of Hume shirts. Atu in the box. Can they pick out their number 9? Cross. Flex off a Hume shirt. There'll be a corner for Dandy City. First one issued of this second half.
What's the shot? What's the shot?
Riley Cessnick, the 25-year-old. Of course, it is his birthday this evening. Former South Melbourne and Port Melbourne player, 18 appearances last season, 7 goals throughout that campaign. For finding Dandy City as his destination. His cross, unconventional. Riley wasn't too bothered. And that one not working for Dandy for the meantime.
Might clarify, it was Cessnick's birthday a few weeks ago, but our apologies for that one, as Abdallah looks to leave one through towards Mark Otcheng now, and Marko Martinovic stepping up. Otcheng now. Into touch. Abdallah. Carlson. Briefly pressed by Cessnick. Now towards Lockie Weir. He's got Isgrove to his left. Looking to bypass James Exidius. Looking towards the byline and fashioning one in. John Hall is there to make the save. Or collect the ball, should we say. Webster. Glittering career, Jack Webster now partnering with Thomas Giannakopoulos in the heart of defence. Mentor-mentee relationship you would expect. Webster is early 30s, Giannakopoulos early 20s. Now towards Will Bauer. Excellent 1v1 defending from Mark Otcheng, and Ross Clark awards the free kick. And David Chick, very satisfied with his team's efforts there. Cry of brilliant from the bench. He's definitely the more animated of the two coaches on this near touchline. Tolios and David Chick, both fairly new into their managerial careers at their respective sides. Both managers have actually managed the same club in the Bentley Greens. All part of that coaching merry-go-round in recent seasons. Tolios departing the club in late 2022. And of course, Chick arriving from the Greens most recently. Otcheng. Looking forward, it's Webster who has to head it back towards John Hall, who claims well and looks to throw it across now to that right-hand side, or a brief misstep from James Exidius. Now towards Jack Webster. Marko Martinovic. Former New South Wales NPL fullback. Now it's Martinovic yet again. That's cut out initially. Abdallah can't get to it first. And Lambadarides will stride forward. Look to his right-hand channel. This time with Mali Cessnick. Exidius. Lambadarides. Danny Kim. Good little passing motion from Dandenong City. It's Quinn. Back to Athiu, and it's well won out by Hume City. Now Abdallah. Okane space to exploit. He's got Bingham up top. Cutting onto his right now, Okane. Otcheng is there with the switch. Arriving in a central position. It's towards Abdallah. 1v1 with Michael Martinovic. Approaching the byline is Amir Abdallah across the face of goal. Bingham. Now it's with Josh Okane. Twisting, turning. Can he find an effort? And Josh Bingham receives it into touch, but it was with too much pace, and Hume City unable to generate themselves an attacking opportunity at that time.
Della just pulling away from his marker, carving out the opportunity, which Kane just couldn't seem to turn towards the goal. Webster telling them to have it and clear that as thoroughly as he could. That was City's, in the home side of course, Hume City's spell of possession. Dandy prior to that had one of their own. However, Jackson Riley was not bothered. Harishich, routine evening for him. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far. Here's the man aforementioned. Atu pressing. Riley had to be sure. He's found a chink superbly, the goalkeeper. And it breaks the Dandy press for the meantime. Harishich does nicely to find Weir as Isgrove went backwards to his fullback. 55 minutes played, haven't seen a clear-cut chance yet this second half from either side. In truth, the home side in the first had their fair share of them. As the game continues, perhaps a deadlock might be broken. Giancanopoulos does well to intervene. As you can see, Cessnick was making a run ahead of Lambaridis, who's happy to cycle out wide. Giancanopoulos. Webster wants to work for the dummy. Was left for Martinovic from Wilboa. The two Dandy City boys not on the same wavelength. Getting stuck in was Brady Quinn. Gets the ball back for Dandy. Tatu was the target, couldn't trap it. Bingham and Isgrove, the floodlights perhaps getting in the way. Kim. Cessnick. Confronted by Weir. Trying to carve out perhaps the cross, does so. Atu was a target, Ashcroft had to be equal to it. Ball bobbling on the edge of the area. Dandy City all pushing up now. You feel as if there is an opportunity for them to score. It might be from this play. Martinovic does nicely to pick out Quinn. There could be a chance here. Atu jostling in the box. It's crossed towards the back post region. It might set up for Ziadis, who goes across the face. Atu couldn't settle his feet. And yet again, we've seen that a couple times tonight now from Kenny Atu, where he's been in the right position, just hasn't been able to really settle himself before causing any issue for Jackson Riley.
Yeah, James Zidius picking up the loose ball. Unfortunately, Athieu wasn't able to deliver for the home side, but a beautiful teasing effort from Michael Martinovic. And we saw those passing phases of play from Hume City in transition. Dandenong City looking to return favour. And they're mounting a press of their own now. And free in the box nearly is Kenny Athieu. Sliding effort from Harry Ashcroft. Not exactly making contact, but did make contact with the ball. And will be a corner kick for Dandenong City. And it will be, looks like Brady Quinn standing over this one. The former Springvale White Eagle. High looping ball towards Webster. Might fall at the back post for Giannakopoulos. Back to goal. Now to Dixidius. High and over the bar. Certainly has been heavily involved, James Dixidius, the former Bentley Green. Spent time with, of course, Nick Tolios at the club. Matthew back to goal. The tempo shifting in the direction from the side in Melbourne's southeast. Webster. Giannakopoulos. First touch is cut off by Thomas Maricic. And Bingham could be through here. Abdallah there for support. But Bingham might go himself. It's towards Abdallah. And the loose ball is picked up by Umut Bozdogan. Sweet turn from Okane. Looking towards the byline across the face of goal. And Jack Webster is there. The wall for Hajduk. The last touch did indeed come off Will Bauer. Rotating quickly by Ochieng. Locks one in himself. Webster contends with it fairly well. Ochieng. Ashcroft. Centre circle. Maricic. Looking to hook one long. It's into the trusty hands, or feet should I say, of John Hall. Short to Giannakopoulos, and we must say he's actually just about equalised his goal scoring feats last season. 3 goals in 22 games at the Adelaide Comets. NPL South Australia last campaign. Hasn't put a foot wrong thus far. So too Jack Webster. Excellent lofted pass. Looking to find the direction of the Dandenong City attack, and back to goal as Okane is brought to ground and is awarded the free kick.
Abdallah so casual and controlling the ball as Dandy City have had their medical assistant just jostle onto the pitch for the meantime. James Zidius once again just taking some respite on the hollow turf, in which is Hume City Stadium. The pitch in absolutely mint condition, which allows for all sets of players to have a brief intermission. As that might be the fullback's final inclusion of the evening. James Zidius. Looks like that might have been his curtain calling. He will be replaced by Jackson Leno, former Heidelberg United, Melbourne Victory Youth Academy prospect, who enters the fray. First substitution of the evening issued by the away side. Before Zidius was substituted off, he had a couple of moments upon that right side of the field. Now Weir. Inwards to Isgrove. Back to Lachlan. This time Lachlan not able to trap in the form of Weir. This is where Dandy City haven't really caused too many issues. When they win possession, they don't really do much with it. As Athu tries to do it with Clarkson. Kane just not able to trap. Now Webster, you can see the substitute, Lino, just trying to open up on that left side of the field. Martinovic also pushing up with Sestic on the right flank. Trying to be a little bit more proactive, perhaps, Dandy City. They haven't done too much in terms of transition. Their keeper coming off his line, allowing Hume to press. Clarkson forcing some pressure, as was Duggan, but Kim remaining composed. Sesnik was lurking over the top of Weir. It looks as if Dandy City are going to continue to make substitutions. A few players warming up on the bench Fourth official changing the numbers on the board below us. You see Seb Hernando, the 21-year-old, perhaps getting ready to have his influence on the game. As Athiu now. Search to wide. Bauer. The chin there to greet him. As Bauer thought to take it on. Had some shape, not much pressure around him. Getting the shot away. That might be his final piece of play for the evening. He's jostling off, and it will be Seb Hernando to replace him. Hernando, of course, has quite the resume so far before joining Dandy City. Played a fair bit of football up in Queensland for Manningham United and the Brisbane Strikers. He was at South Melbourne in the pre-season before coming to Dandy City. Fernando, the fresh legs pressing. We wonder if the perhaps shape of Dandy City might change following their latest substitutions. Hand's been lively. Bingham coming deeper. Fine pass to Abdallah. He has time to get their shot away. Amar Abdallah! For a moment, looked as if that might have been shaping in. Jackson Hall, brilliant. Diving and claiming.
John Hall just excellent. A few goalkeepers would be able to catch that on the turn. And especially the direction the shot was directed towards. That is truly unbelievable. And Lino attempting a line-splitting pass. Fernando. Now Bozdogan. Turn away from his marker, and well done by Bozdogan to draw the foul. Game's tempo slowly, surely coming to a halt. Harry Ashcroft. Well acclaimed centre-back for this football club. There's a little ball in behind. Might find the direction of Josh Bingham. And John Hall is there again. You could barely count on two hands how many saves this man has made this evening. Truly magnificent. He's kept his side in this game. And were it not for his efforts, it could be 2 or 3-0 at this point. Play continues now. Now the game has a little bit of spice and added intensity to it. Ashcroft. Abdallah. Neat turn. Into space now is Ochieng. On the overlap is Abdallah. Pass slightly overhit. And Jack Webster is also bundled over by Abdallah, and there'll be a foul. Sumptuous ball in behind for Josh Bingham. Wasn't that just amazing from Harry Ashcroft? Few central defenders in this league can play balls like that. But were it not for the efforts of John Hall, the game could have a very different complexion. At this point, as Hume to win it back now, it's towards Bingham. First time header, forced towards the corner flag. Did he step out of play? Not according to the assistant. Abdallah into feet. And he's win it back. Bozdogan. The ball just flying at this point across the pitch. And Jackson Lino holds firm for Hajduk. As we approach 70 minutes gone now. Pass misdirected. Back with Hume, and now Isgrove. Towards Carlson, of course, arrived in the off-season from Swedish club, Gefle, in the second division. believe he does have some Australian ancestry. Of course, you have to remember the two foreigners for Hume City at this point, Mikael Platt and Lloyd Eastgrove, both from England. That means that Oscar Carlson most likely does have some Australian ancestry. And has featured in some big games for that club as well. A very good level to come from into this league. And a very good find from Cam Watson at the time. Of course, now no longer at the club, but David Chick has managed him quite well, and he looks very comfortable at the heart of this midfield as he looks to deputise as another central defender in possession. Carlson looking for the switch, right into the head of Lino. Nunda looking to get a touch. Was the game. One of the few Hume City products who's been at this club ever since he was a little boy. Came to the club when he was very, very young, came up through the youth system, left the club at one point, but returned and got his first few minutes of senior football in 2018. Now a fully fledged adult at 25. Certainly a favourite son among these parts. Riley. Dandy City looking to press. Ashcroft. Oh, Quinn nearly stepping over, winning it back, but it's not composed from Ashcroft to correct his mistake. Ochieng. Free is Abdallah. Isgrove. Space to drive into. And now Webster back to John Hall. Ochieng. Neat first touch. Turning away once more. Towards Abdallah. Lena providing plenty of pressure, but he's awarded the free kick. And this will be a very obtuse angle for Hume City to attack in this instance, and Mark Ochieng will look to fashion one in. Isgrove asking for the quick set piece, but it's towards Abdallah. Now Ochieng. Back towards Isgrove. Looking for the 1-2 touch. Sumptuous turn from Okane. Now it's with Lloyd Isgrove. Wins it back. He's brought to ground again. Jackson Lino with a foot in, and a free kick for Hume City, but just about 5 yards up the pitch. Same angle, however.
As the prosperity of this one remaining goalless slowly starting to loom. You must feel as if a goal has been brewing. It's been worthy of a goal, this contest. However, the away side locking up shop, and their goalkeeper, arguably their shining star on the pitch. Abdallah, a little perhaps too far from goal to strike it, but certainly positioned for a cross, and that's what exactly he's done. Towards the back post. Trying to prod it home was Josh Bingham. Couldn't seem to make contact with the ball. As he fixes his boots. Of course, it appears like that. Josh Hall not in any particular rush to get this one moving again. So it's rare to see these two sides not infiltrating each other's goals. Still just under 20 minutes remaining. And of course added time for something to happen on the goal scoring front. As Hall went for Atiyu, got up nice and high. Lino is dug in. The Hume bench thought he might have been impeded. Abdallah keeping Webster honest. The goal kick's been awarded. The linesman's been under some pressure tonight, with all players quick to have a conversation and a jeer to perhaps change the linesman's initial decision. The change, just having a chat to the fourth official. Goalkeeper went for Atsu. Quinn does nicely. Atsu is dug on, fouling the Dandy City number 9. Kim got it moving quickly. Acheen perhaps got that red mist at the moment. He's got to be careful. That's nicely there, Acheen. Quinn unable to trap.
Zeno, nothing over your head. Nothing over your head. Ready on your right. Good, Lena.
You heard Mark Acheen there, just perhaps growing a little bit concerned regarding his side's performance this evening. He's gone to switch, does so nicely. He finds Weir. The players jostle further up the pitch. Maricic searching forward, went long to perhaps the Isgrove region. It's going to sit up for Lloyd. He uses his head to perhaps dance away from Martinovic. Isgrove putting on a show. They're clearing rather deep. There's Lino. No real aerial threat in the box for Hume. As Lino takes a tumble. Duggan wants to get it moving quickly. It's Duggan, Acheen. Tried a party trick, and kept the ball.
Interesting to note, it's been 76 minutes, and Hume City have not made a change yet. And they've got such amazing quality on the bench as well. Sumptuous ball from Amir Abdallah towards the back post. Okane is there. Jackson Lino is there to bat it out of harm's way for a corner. Yes, Hume City haven't looked at their bench yet. They do have some standing quality. Josh Golevsky, who has started many games this season, is a very neat option to have. Fletcher McFarlane in the middle of the pitch as well to provide some added solidity. But David Chick happy with what he's seeing. And Amir Abdallah will fashion one in from this broadcast side. Abdallah looks towards the near post. Will be retrieved by Abdallah towards the centre. The flick on! Nearly for the Hume City. Unbelievable. Once again from their defensive quarter. It was a flick on from Thomas Maricic. But somehow, some way, scores locked at 0-0. It was John Hall again, putting his name in headlines this evening. Flicked in yet again, and it's well contended by Athiu. Giannakopoulos getting it clear. Ochieng returning favour. Athiu with the clearance, and it's a great clearance at that. Maybe not quite the intention, but Quinn receives in board. Hernando looking to bypass Oscar Carlson. Hernando, tricky feet. Will be Hume City ball. They take the throw in quickly. Abdallah. Okane. Into the centre circle he goes. Options are plenty. To his left, to his right. Isgrove. Cutting on to his right. Looking to break the space, but is held firm by Michael Martinovic, who has done so well. Has been pushed off the ball as well for good effect. And it looks to be to Lloyd Isgrove. If we'll just look upon that replay. Okane driving through the middle. It was towards Isgrove. And it was excellent work by Martinovic to shield him away. Isgrove wasn't too happy about that. So a bit of a shoulder challenge. Eerily reminiscent of what you see in the NFL. And so he goes into the book this evening. Looks like Dandenong City will make their final change, or changes of the evening. Of course, only 3 substitution windows allowed. Damien Iaconis and also Kukwaku look to be making way onto the park. as following that Hume City barrage, can Hajduk apply themselves? Attempting the passing triangle, but last pass misdirected towards Jack Webster. Now Jackson Lino looking up the line, stepping inside as Brady Quinn. Back to goal is Kenny Athiu. Quinn keeps it in play. Towards Athiu again. Quinn bundled over. Ross Clark says no free kick in this instance. In fact, it won't be neither of Damien Iakonis or Kokuaku that we thought initially, but you see Kuaku making his way to the touchline now. Towards that right-hand side is Vali Sesnik. Looking to bypass Bosdogan. Sesnik to the back post. Athiu is there. Excellent first touch. Kenny Athiu on the swivel. And Jackson Riley with his feet is able to prevent that from being a Kenny Athiu special. A triple change of Dandenong City. All balls to the wall here. Who is coming on, Adam?
You can see Kurt Kuaku alongside Damien Iakonis, the number 24. In Nicholas Hamakiotis, all ready to come on. Dandy City have a corner. Jackson Riley saving Athiu's initial effort. It might set up for Kim. Now Hume will look to break. They've gone long. Well snuffed out by Martinovic. 9 minutes of normal time remain. This contest slowly balancing out to be even. Of course, the home side.
Not give them all night. Not give them all night.
Sure you're hearing what's occurring on the audio. We apologise for the unsavoury language, perhaps. They have had a fair bit to say, the linesman. Perhaps harshly treated. As Athiu, that was his final influence on the game. He's been subbed off. With Quinn, Athiu and Kim all taking refuge on the bench. So a bit of a new side, which Dandy currently have featured. The tall option no longer viable. Perhaps they're looking to use some pace. It's Abdallah, the back heel, lovely. Machine, Bingham, got a toe on it, and it could open up for Hume. Abdallah's in behind, the flag stays down. Isgrove in the box. As Abdallah, bit of a step over. Well defended was Thomas Giannakonopoulos, who had to be alerted to the threat in which Amara Abdallah possesses. But he does have a corner. It's a fine move there from Hume. Bingham with a toenail just getting the ball on for the pass which Abdallah had received. This was Duggan coming short. Lino there with him. Abdallah swung in. Is there a chance? Not thoroughly cleared yet. Machine, the last line of defence for Hume. Goes out wide to Abdallah. They all queue up in the box. Abdallah chipping ball. Paul, yet again. He's having some game tonight this evening as he's gone long to a 1v1 contest. Midfielders not absent for City, but they've won possession and they've gone long over the top, and there could be a chance. Machine there quickly to greet the substitute, who shifts around him. Cross rather tame. Ashcroft with a foot on it. Second attempt perhaps. And they've done well to manufacture a corner. Hamakiotis with the corner. He forced the issue. City slowly making a case of their own. Tame delivery. Isgrove Lukaku was the last line of defence as Hall delivers. And there's a lot of time in possession for Hume in the centre of the park. Weir, Bingham and Abdallah the options in a progressive area. Further up on the field, it's well received wide as Isgrove kept the pressure. And he wants to go Lloyd. He's gotten the rub of the green. They queue up for him. Lloyd Isgrove, he kept running at pace. As Hume have yet another corner.
Incredible anticipation for Lloyd Isgrove to break the play, win back possession for his side. The game is on a knife's edge at this point, entering the 87th minute of this contest. And Amir Abdallah will look to shape one in and potentially send the home fans into raptures. Abdallah on the delivery. Hall looks to reach it. It's well contended by Jackson Lino. And an unfunny bounce for Mark Ochieng. We'll see Jackson Riley hoof one upfield. Kurt Kuaku. Misstep. Bingham. Back to goal. One back by City. Iakonis. Hamakiotis. Space to run in. Sesek for support across the face of goal. Might it yet arrive? It doesn't for Iakonis. And Carlson gets it clear. Now Webster with the header. Kane. Excellent body positioning. Towards Isgrove now. He's going to stride forward. It's a Lloyd Isgrove beating past one, beating past two, going onto his left. Lloyd Isgrove. Excellent block from Giannakopoulos. That has been the battle to feast your eyes on this evening. And the young defender providing the esteemed professional with something to think about. And Hume City still not going to their bench. Really defies description at this point. Some of those players must be so tired after running out 90 minutes. And Amir Abdallah again from the corner. Into the box it goes. Slightly over the bar from Thomas Maricic. David Chick, very dissatisfied, venting his frustrations on the touchline. And Dandenong City, they know how big of a result this would be. To snatch a draw away from Hume City. What this would mean to them. Nothing short of an added confidence booster. Long ball over the top. Contended by City yet again. Bingham is pressing. Webster looks to switch it. Ochieng. And now space for Abdallah. Advancing forward. Bodies just flying at this point. And Ochieng and Webster going into battle as well. And Hume City winning the free kick. And they're squaring up to each other. Having a bit of a passing chat. And we'll see Abdallah, a set-piece machine, whip one in. Stoppage time awaits. 90th minute. Can Hume City provide a late show for those in Broadmeadows? And Abdallah might have the keys to the treasure. Abdallah is towards Bingham, across the face. Might it yet fall for Carlson? It doesn't. And Jackson Riley will hold firm. Dandenong City nearly win it back, but it's still in play for Lloyd Isgrove. And demonstrating his technical acumen as he's brought down by Damon Iaconis, and Lloyd Isgrove wants to take it immediately, and we could have a bit of a scrap here. Both sides going at it. Frustrations have been brewing all night. And here we are, 90th minute. This game brewing with tension, and it's all bundled over right now.
Of course, UFC 300 is tomorrow, starting at 8 p.m. Cody Garbrandt lining up on the prelims. Could have got a taste for it here tonight early on, as Isgrove got fouled, and it sent all the players' blood to boil. Nearly simmered over. It's all calmed down for the meantime. But there'll be 4 added minutes of extra time for either side to steal perhaps the 3 points. Dandy City will be thrilled with a point. Hume, in the contrary, not so much. Of course, always trying to keep pressure on South Melbourne at the top end of the table. So unsure if the time you see on your screen is going to account for any of the added time. So a lot of Hume shirts enter the box. You can hear Webster just really enforcing his troops to keep their defensive structure following this Lachlan Weir delivery. Is there a magical Hume moment? Weir swung in. A couple of big men there surrounded Kukuaku, and it's set up for Buzz Duggan. Abdallah there with Lino. Waiting for the troops was Abdallah. He's won it. The foul. Another free kick for Hume. Is there time? John Hall has been imperative this evening for Dandy City. As time ticks on, he's not too far away from a clean sheet, in which you feel on a personal note to him he deserves. All managers on the touchlines below watch intently as Abdallah went rather lower this time. Gets again Abdallah. That one's whipped in low. Bingham's amongst it, cleared by Lino. Riley's going to get a chance to do it all over again. Achin. Huge press, and they've won possession, and there could be a chance for City. Hernando has options. He lets it roll. Achin gets across. Last ditch effort defending. Meanwhile, still remains life for City, and a big save from Jackson Riley. At the other end, the 2 goalkeepers this evening putting on a show. Jackson Riley had to be tall there, and he was. What a save. Iaconis thought he'd scored. Big Tolios, as so much we are in the commentary position in disbelief. He's having a smile. His side nearly stole the 3 points. They have a corner. Hernando was there with Weir. Ball crossed in. Is there a chance for City towards the back post? There were so many options. Tolios can't believe it either.
You know the game has gone absolutely AWOL when you have a coach talking to the commentators mid-game. Oh, goodness gracious, Lockie Weir tumbles over, and we have another clash between these two sides. This game perhaps might end in acrimony. And Ross Clark and his assistants have got plenty of thinking to do. A boil over of frustrations, perhaps, who knows? We're well past 4 minutes of stoppage time here. And we'll try to make out what exactly has happened here. And Lachlan Weir has been given a yellow card. So too has said Fernando, it seems. But we don't exactly have the advantage of replay to really look at in this instance. But goodness gracious me, this game, despite it being a 0-0, I'd say it's one of those good 0-0s. Plenty to derive from it. Plenty of takeaways from this contest. And Jackson Riley might put a stop to this contest with this kick, or will we have a minute or two of stoppage time remaining? Flicked on. Webster. Sesnick. Konis. A break space on his left. In fact, that was Lambertaridi, should I say. Giannakopoulos with the header. Bozdogan. Nakuaku. Short on Lambertaridis. Sesnick. Looking to go down that left-hand touchline. Last touch off Mark Ochieng. Looks like Hajduk will have the final chance this evening. This time with Jackson Lino. Just about 6 minutes of stoppage time have subsided now. Amakiotis. One back by Abdallah. This might be the last-ditch chance for Hume City. It's Lloyd Isgrove in space. Looks towards Josh Bingham. Runners arriving for Hume City. It's towards the back post. John Hall is able to claim, and Dandenong City have escaped with a point against Hume City. Neither of these sides able to break the deadlock. A tremendous, tremendous match of football here in Broadmeadows. The two coaches embrace, and despite no goals on the day, both sides have delivered an absolute classic that might not go in the history books too kindly, but we've been treated to a spectacle. And rarely can you say that for a 0-0, but Adam, I am in near disbelief as to how John Hall, namely, has kept a clean sheet, how Jackson Riley has kept a clean sheet, how they've stopped Lloyd Isgrove and Abdallah, and now Dandenong City, who have got the likes of Thomas Giannakopoulos and Kenny Athy, who couldn't find their way through either. Had a couple of scraps here and there, but nonetheless, what do you make of this contest?
Arguably one of the most entertaining 0-0s of the season. It had it all, as you mentioned there, Neil. How about Jackson Riley? As Hernando had just bound upon him, earned possession back. It opened up for the substitute. He couldn't take the chance because Jackson Riley had the answer when called upon. Of course, a couple of unsavoury scraps, but all players with handshakes, kisses and cuddles, you could say. It's a good sight to see. They left it all out on the pitch. No animosity remaining after. It's always a good sight to see. And that concludes coverage of this round 9 fixture between Hume and Dandy City. The scores 0-0 to both sides. I've been Adam Palombi. Neil Simons has been kind enough to join me. We thank you for joining us this evening. We'll catch you on the next NPL game on YouTube sometime soon. Thank you. Good night.